Appendix II, Concerning the Religions of Weyhak'duram. It must be understood that the peoples of Weyhak'duram have a few religions, and many mixes of all can be found throughout the land. However, to analyze the situation adequately, the following story of creation must be accepted as fact. In the very beginning of all time, there was simply the pure earth, really just a large patch of dirt. The saplings of imagination sprang from here. The saplings of imagination were godlike beings who possessed the power of creation called Kinilka. They also had the power of death and destruction. In the beginning, the saplings created Weyhak'duram, shaping the continent how it is seen today. They made the Xandar River flow in the way it does, see Appendix I, and they created a few surrounding islands such as Piguila and the Isles of Buol. The saplings began creating life, plants and animals, and made homes for these creatures. One of the first beings to be placed in Weyhak'duram with greater intelligence was Kansavalari, commonly known as the Witch. It is thus that she knows so much of the world's past. On one day, one of the saplings, whose name was Talmor, grew angry. He disliked the land that they had made, and he thought that its beauty wouldn't be appreciated if there was no darkness in the world. Because of this, Talmor used the waters of death to create a demon called Valkor. Valkor had the blood of the earth in his mouth, and as he ate, he grew larger, and the world began to decay. To stop Valkor, Fataldi and the other saplings put up their palms together and created a being of light, or an angel, you might say, named Keras. It is important to know that this truly is Keras. Given that Keras was a combined effort by all of the other saplings, he would have destroyed Valkor, so the demon dove into the center of the earth. As he burrowed, he kicked up great rock chunks, from which formed the mountains of Vinakdur as we know them. The saplings then created 3 magical seals, which they used to bind Valkor within the earth before proceeding to scatter the 3 seals, the dragon knife, the ring of Kallio, and the sun crown across the land. Only if the 3 seals were united and the ritual completed could Valkor be released. And the humans were placed on the earth after the seals, so they had no way of knowing about their true power. After Valkor had been trapped, Talmor was banished from Weyhak'duram by the rest of the saplings. Screaming, Talmor flew into the east, where he slowly created his own lands, known as Jabrad and the lands of banishment, as well as the island of Ptamak and many others. He supposedly lives there to this day. The rest of the saplings, convinced that the secret of the seals was buried, went north, creating more land until their time came, and they faded into the shield of light, becoming trees, sky, or water. Many of the saplings' tree-like, etc. forms can be found scattered throughout the true north. Fataldi is the first that one would come across. The light being, Keras, then ascended into the sky, where he became what we know today as the sun, giving him the title of sun god. Of course, the saplings had forgotten about the witch, who knew the secret of the seals, and she is the reason that the secret to Valkor's release was ever discovered. Once the preceding story is accepted as the truth, one can proceed to the individuals within each given religion. All religions of Weyhak'duram revolve around the saplings and beings previously discussed. However, different variations and forms are believed some more accurate than others. The religious figures. The saplings of imagination. Fataldi, master of souls. Jadinal, master of the sea. Beacorn, master of the skies. Staldur, master of death. Maldor, master of life. Hafangaksen, keeper of the peace. Talmor, the dark one, the banished sapling. Keras, the sun god, the light being used to defeat Valkor. Valkor, a demon of death created by Talmor to destroy Weyhak'duram. Religions. Imaginarianism. By far the most popular religion throughout all the lands of Weyhak'duram, Imaginarianism is the belief in the saplings of imagination, and the concept of them being the creators of the world. Imaginarianism has many variations and subcategories, which relate to exactly which part of the tales are real and which are not. For example, some people believe that the saplings did exist, but they didn't truly make the world. It was already there. These are people who do not believe in the sun god Keras and believe that the saplings are the true gods. Sun affiliation. Those who would claim to be sun affiliates are people who worship and have faith in the sun god Keras. Usually only in small clusters of villages, it is hard to find areas of strictly Sun-affiliated people. People of Staminism are much more common. See next. But those claiming not to believe in the saplings of imagination are much more rare, and are what would be considered Sun-affiliates, or even radical Sun-affiliates. Their symbolism generally depicts Keras to be riding a golden dragon across the sky. It is their belief that he is the one who defeated the evil forces in the ancient days in the beginning of time. Staminism. Second only to Imaginitarianism in its popularity, Staminism is quite widespread, especially throughout Western Weimar. This is due strongly to the fact that it is so loose and open-ended and has infinite variations. Staminism comes in many forms, but it is generally the belief in both the saplings of imagination and the sun god Keras. In truth, once again accepting the preceding tale of creation as true, Staminism comes closest to the truth. Some variations believe that the sun god is in fact the light being described in the Imaginitarianist tale of creation, the story given at the beginning of this book. This statement would of course be the truth, although this variation of Staminism is not the most widespread. Other variations are more indecisive, acknowledging and respecting the deities of both Imaginitarianism and Sun affiliation, while seeing them as separate. These are Dumond's religious practices. Many other subcategories of Staminism exist and are spread throughout Weyhak'duram. Weyhak'ism. This is the religion and practices of the orcs, goblins, and forces of Weynach, which center around the worship of the demon Valkor and his master Talmor, the Dark Sapling. Although after Valkor's death in the year 144 of the Second Age, practically all followers of these practices were wiped out.